what allowed you to take on this lead role?
I kind of felt that I was Anna. In essence, when you're acting as someone else, you kind of become that person. But I was Anna is the fact that I was the girl in church. I was the one getting out and praise and worship. I did choir. I did this. So then there was a time in my life when I stopped doing all of that and I drifted away from it. So for me, playing Anna was I guess a wake-up call in a sense.
What message do you think the character of Anna will bring on to the viewers?
It doesn't matter how far you drifted into the world, you can still find ways to connect back to God. And you still have, as long as you still have that foundation, you have the friends and family always been there to motivate you. You can always find that common ground to bring you closer.
So what was the significance of Brooke's character and what did she represent?
She represented someone who went through a lot and was out there in doing her thing in life, and basically she needed direction. She needed someone to help her see the light and make her life better and to see life from a different point of view than just being out in the world and doing everything.
And how would you describe her relationship with Hannah?
Her and Anna, it was a little weird. At one point it felt like I was kind of stalking her, but it was more of the passion that she saw in Anna, that she wanted to feel again, and she wanted to see if it was right. She wanted to see if all that she was listening to and hearing every day, all the sermons and all that, she wanted to see if it was real. So, she actually couldn't believe that Anna went back out in the life and she helped her come back,
So how would you, or what would you say to Christian young people? What would you say to them referring to not allowing things of this world to draw them back, because you never know who's actually looking up to you? Or what would you say to the young people of this generation referring to you looking up to, as Brooke, looking up to Anna, and drawing her back to the light, drawing you back to the light?
I think it all stems back to kind of just knowing God for yourself.
Right.
Having the relationship that you need with Him, because yes, someone can preach to you and tell you what to do, what not to do, but no one but God will save you. You understand? So, so it did help that she had someone to look up to, and I believe that even though it is a movie, that God sent Anna to help Brooke, and sometimes you do need that little push.
How would you describe the characters of Anna's friends?
Jennifer, she's the discerning one in the whole group, so she kind of knows. She picks up on stuff a lot more. Sarah, which was played by me, sometimes I wish I was like Sarah. I am to a certain degree, but she's really much more blunt than I am. She'll tell you, listen, you need to get yourself, get your life together, we not playing. Let's go. So I appreciate her for that. She would be the one to really seek you out and say, hey, what's going on? Stop messing around. She's not timid, you know what I'm saying? She really cared for her, and although she had a not so nice way of showing it, you appreciate her for it. So I love how Sarah's character came along. It was fun playing her while it lasted, and yeah, I genuinely appreciate friends like that, even in real life. And I do have some, and they're really cool to have. So I think everybody wants a Sarah in their life.
How do you get to that place of being spiritually grounded?
Know God for yourself. A lot of times you go off what our mom said, dad said. One of the things for me was just going off of my own relationship. It got to a point where I couldn't just depend on somebody else's word, because they'll tell you anything, and then there's a difference between culture and what's actually in the Bible, and some people get it messed up because they're like, oh, this is what is being said, but it's what your parents said to you. So for a point, it was just I have to know Him for myself. And I feel like if everyone took that approach, it would be a whole different atmosphere.
Hi everyone, we're here with the cast and crew of Prodigal Daughters. Hi ladies, how you guys doing? Anyways, you guys can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'm Kassan. I play Brooke.
I'm Shawnette, I play Sarah.
And I'm Danielle, and I play Anna.
I'm Julie and I play Bridget.
And I'm Bianca. I'm the writer, director, and I also play Jennifer.
Hey.
Well, nice to have you guys. So we're just gonna go through, some questions and to highlight everyone more about Prodigal Daughter behind scenes or what the entire movie was about. So if I just begin, what did this movie mean to you?
I think for me, it was more of a way, to me, like the movie itself kind of helped me bring myself back to God in a way.
Okay.
Because I did feel myself drifting away from the Lord. And then when Bianca introduced me to the movie, I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't act, I don't do this and that. But I felt like it's time that I get serious about my faith. And like, what better way than to like put myself outside the comfort zone for God and hope to help other people along the way.
Okay.
Well, for me, I would say this movie meant, it was a personal experience for me. I'll say that.
Well, for me, it was just something to do. I enjoy helping Bianca with anything that she does, so I just wanted to be a part of the play.
Right. There was a really cool experience for everyone, I guess. Like, it's just...
Yeah, definitely. I was coming into this, I was like, no, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not going on any camera. But I'm actually very glad that I did it. It opened my eyes to like the message. It's mostly a message in us all filming, videoing, and all that. Like, we all need a little boost now and again.
Right,
so, just remember where you came from.
Right. So what was the most difficult thing in acting in this movie?
Remembering the lines, boys. Remembering those lines. Like, I kid you not. Like, it would just leave. But I guess I got really connected to Brooke that sometimes the improvising, it came a little easier as I went along. Because, I knew what the message was. So I knew kind of what to say and, how to go about it sometimes.
Right. It was the chemistry. Like, we didn't meet each other. It took a while.
Right.
And even then, we never really met the whole cast. Like, this day somebody showed up.
Right.
This day somebody didn't show up. So for me, I think for everybody, just that chemistry, because like it was just so hard with the little amount of time that we had to build off of. I didn't know any of these people still. So for me, it was like mostly just the chemistry that we had to build on.
Right.
I think for me, the hardest part was trying to act and direct at the same time. Because actually, I was not intentionally supposed to play the character of Jennifer. It was some last minute mishap, so I had to come in for the role of Jennifer. So trying to, behind the camera, to get in front of the camera, if you see the movie, I sort of faded out of the character of Jennifer little by little and left it onto Sarah's character as the friend of Anna. It was really a challenge, but it's a process, right?
Right.
It's a process.
So who would you say is a prodigal?
How we define the prodigal?
Yeah.
I would say a prodigal is someone who gives up on something vital, and when they give up, they eventually come back, but not after a long and extenuating journey, I would say.
I agree with Bianca. It's like a person who's like they're drifted far, but not far that they cannot come back. They're just far enough to know that there's still something that they can hold on to. There's still a hope. And in the play, the hope was, of course, God.
Right.
So she was able to come back and able to use what she found out after leaving, take for each other's.
I'm chasing after you. So what is your favorite part of the story that actually stood out to you? What's the most meaningful part of the story that actually stood out? For that actually touched you?
For me, I would say it's the part when Anna and Brooke sort of intertwine, they kind of bump shoulders, and that kind of represents their world collided, you know? The young girl who's in Christ, who knows the way to live for God, meets the girl who is in a bad place. So light meets darkness kind of thing.
Right.
And then the light sort of shed some, you know, some hope into Brooke's life. And that part is just, I love it. The bump shoulder sort of,
Darkness got
it's
infected.
beautiful.
Come on now.
Yeah,
That was actually the most painful part. Me and Anna, like, you know, Danielle actually bumped a couple of times to get that right, and I was like, okay, my shoulder hurts now. But it was that. I must agree with you. That part was very like, you know, it's like we switch roles, mentally switching roles, and you know, me trying to chase after and to find, you know, a message that I'm kind of looking for something that I don't really know is there. You know, hits you, but
yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else?
I agree.
You agree? Amen to that. So what's one thing you have given up on, and what did it cost you? What's one thing that you have given up on, realizing that it's actually dragging you down? What have you given up on, or what caused you to actually walk on this journey of purpose and actually walk in the will that God has placed over your life? What have you given up on? Yeah, what's the cost of it?
To a certain extent, I gave up on myself for a second. I didn't. I allowed everybody else's opinion to weigh heavily on what decisions I made, and so it really put me back a lot. And then again, back to what I was saying earlier about knowing God for yourself. When I finally was just like, no, I have to know for myself. That's when doors started to open. That's when mindset changed. That's when things started to happen. So I would say when I gave up on myself, that really just, it wasn't the right place to be in, but it helped me somehow.
Bianca?
Well, for me, I can agree with Charnette. I have given up on myself, and I've also given up on love, you know, and all that love entails. You know, God is love, and sometimes our experiences sort of leave us dry and empty. And there's a point in my life where I felt like, you know, God has left, and I felt like I lost that will and that power to just be, you know.
Right.
And it costs a lot when you lose God's love in your life. When you lose anything that's valuable, it costs you a lot. It costs you your happiness. It costs you your sleep. It costs you your appetite sometimes, depending on how far it takes you or how deep it takes you. It costs you your peace of mind. Oh my gosh, that it costs peace of mind. Because your mind is going in a cycle. You know, wondering, what if only I had, you know?
Right.
How can I get back? How can I change? So losing that or losing anything that's valuable, it costs you more than what you're working for.
Right. And at times when, you know, we're going through a process or on a journey, we're allowed to, you know, it costs us so many stuff. It costs us to lose friends. It costs us to lose a whole bunch of stuff, because you have to reach at a place where you have to be able to carry the cross to win the crown. Amen?
Amen.
All right. What do you love about the character you play? Hannah.
What do I love about her? It's a hard question. I guess, like, for me, like, in a sense that the fact that she was, like, not really a preacher, but she was in charge of the youth department, and she was, like, more outgoing, more, like, forefront in church, like, where I'm, like, more quiet. Like, I'll do the choir, and that's pretty much it. But, like, for Anna, she's always out there, always trying to promote prosperity, always trying to bring people to God, and for me, I'm just like, that's not me. But then I feel like it should be me. Like, I should be out there preaching God's words and helping others, you know, come to Christ.
I love Brooke because Brooke is exactly me. Brooke is me, I must say. Well, nothing abusive. Disclaimer. But she's me. She's the, I want to do me. And I do get the, hey, bring it back. Bring it back. Like, I get that constantly. Even this movie is my bring it back. Like, you need to slow your roll there. Like, she's me. And I love that I was able to play me in a way. Because it was more authentic. Like, it came natural because it was, I could put myself there. And, you know, she was the diva. She was the dressed, you know, hot stuff. So, you know, I really did enjoy playing her.
And if you could play another character, who and why? Who would it be? And why?
That's a hard question.
I would take on Anna. Just so I sort of relate to her. Yeah, I would take on Anna.
Oh, I would definitely take on Sarah.
Okay.
I just like how blunt Sarah is. She just
Right.
says it like it is, and I just love her character.
Your book? You just stick to
Stick
your
to
book?
book?
I mean, you stick to what you know sometimes. Because I wouldn't say I wouldn't want to be Anna even if it was real life, but that's not me.
And I kind of
Oh,
felt
my
like I
comfort
couldn't
zone.
really play Brooke.
Yeah, that's not
me.
I couldn't do it.
I
Like,
felt more comfortable being Anna in a sense.
yeah, exactly.
What would be your prodigal story?
It's funny because my prodigal story would be Brooke. It would be exactly how Brooke lived and how she came out of it. It would be most like exactly. It would be me doing my thing and then having someone there for me. And it's like, you know, Bianca and I have known each other for a very long time. So it would kind of be something similar. Bianca would be the one to, like, hello, let's get it together, you know, come on. It would literally be like that. So it would be me, you know, kind of learning and wanting to do better and actually pushing and going out there to do it.
And, my prodigal story is I recently got to a place where I've just been trying to answer the question, what do you do when you think church isn't working for you? You know? Or what do you do when everything that, you know, wants to find you and kept you? Sometime in life you're going to come across some things that are going to shatter almost everything that you probably stand for, that you once thought would keep you. And it's going to take, like you said, a personal connection with God to actually keep you during those times.
Definitely.
And so I guess my prodigal story is trying to find new grounds on which to stand after life has taken everything from you.
And since you guys have all experienced the prodigal story or the prodigal experience, how would you guys have learned from this, how would you guys bring on the mantle of helping someone else throughout this, you know, struggle?
You know better, you do better. And you help along the way. And I've learned to not be selfish. What I'm learning, what I learn, I'm going to care and hear and teach and, you know, you help others. And even though you're not, my biggest thing is I think that I don't want to be a hypocrite. You know, I do this thing, it's like, oh, I'm not going to really say nothing because I'm still doing this, and I have to learn, no, that the message that I might have probably can help you. Even though I'm still learning, it could still help somebody else, you know?
She definitely took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say the same thing, and my friends know this. Like, I feel like, okay, maybe I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. So I want to build you. I used to think, oh, I'm gonna wait till I reach to that level, then I'm gonna come back and get you.
Right.
But now it's just like, why can't I just help you the best I can now as I'm going up? You know, help bring you up. So I feel like a lot of people are selfish. Some people are just like, you know, I have this and I have that, and they're not interested in helping you at all. It's just like, oh, I'm just showing off. I might walk past you here and there. Like, but I feel like if you have something, like help other people, the real successful people, they know that you have to give. You have to be willing to help. You know, I don't know, just give somebody something. You know, knowledge, clothes.
Even if it's to tell someone to just pray about it, you know?
Yeah.
You know that's the way to go about it. So, you know, I don't know if you believe in God, but, you know, just pray about it. Like, you know, try it out.
I think one thing that I would say, advice I would pass on is to don't be so enclosed in your situation. Sometimes we think that, you know, I'm going to do this by myself. Even as girls, sometimes we think that I'm independent, I can do this by myself. I don't need nobody, I'm me by myself.
That is definitely me.
You know, me and God all the way. But you know what the truth is? We all need somebody. And when we're going through our situations, we can't afford to carry on our own. We have to open it up and let somebody in. You know, have a friend, have a mentor, have somebody you can go to and say, hey, you know what, I'm at my best, but I need you to just pray for me. Or you have to go into details, but let somebody know that where you are. Because I find that it's very dangerous to be in a low place and no one did help, or no one knows what you're going through. You're just gonna die. People probably know you even died. So walking dead, you know.
So have like an accountability partner? Is what you're saying?
Some confidants, you know.
Yeah.
Someone you can say you need a friend, you need a mentor. I always say that you need a friend, you need a mentor. You know, the friend would be the one who would be more relatable and be real with you. The mentor would be somebody like a
More
teacher,
grounded in church.
someone experienced who's more that can pass on some knowledge to you that you don't have. So you're always gonna need that.
Right. What is one advice that you would tell the viewers that are struggling with their relationship with God? What is one advice that you could give to them?
Wow.
To that.
One thing I would tell them is don't be too hard on yourself. Because I think that's the problem that I have. Like sometimes when things are going on, I make it way worse than it really is. So, like, don't be too hard on yourself and just trust and believe that God is still with you and He will always be with you.
Yeah, that's exactly like, you're not a horrible person. Like, no. You don't have to go through life feeling like you're like a really horrible person. We all make mistakes, and it's about learning from it. It's about knowing yourself, building a relationship with God, and that's the most important thing I can ever give anybody else. Don't worry about nobody else in this sense but yourself. Like, don't look at what she's doing. No, your journey is all about you. It's how you progress. You know, it's just your ending. It's not anybody else's ending but yours.
Yeah, it's very important to just be who you are. It's too much copycats out here. It's boring. You know.
The originals.
And I think that a lot of people forget that prayer really is the key. And a lot of people always complain that, oh, God's not here for me, God's not doing this for me, but then the ones who like pray for you, are you praying and keeping connections with people at church. So all that falls onto you in a sense. Like you really can't go for unless you're really praying, like reading these words and like really manifesting, like let everything sink in.
And there's a line in the New says that about keeping fundamentals.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we do try, especially young people, we try to get around the idea of praying and fasting being the key.
Especially fasting.
Yeah. But
30 days and 30 nights.
But the truth is, those things keep you. Because it's like a bank account. I always use that analogy. When you store up in your bank account, when you're going through your downtime, that's what's going to keep you. That's the time you put into that prayer and fasting, that's going to keep you. And one thing I realized, when people leave church, they struggle with what people are going to think if I should ever come back. Now that I've been out there and I've seen the world,
when you do come back.
I can't, the guilt of walking through those doors again and people seeing me, and it's such I think it's really difficult because sometimes your mind is so clouded, like I can't lift my hands because people might say, isn't that the same girl who was partying? Like, she was turning up the other night, and now she want to lift hands. But the thing about it is that it's not about nobody else.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're going to stand before God and give an account for ourselves. I'm not going to have me, my best friend, and my cousin friend, and
Right.
you know, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing. It's a mental battle to overcome. But
Right.
you have to know that I want to make it to heaven. I want to live for God. God chose me. God has forgiven me. So I'm gonna do what it takes. Not focusing on people are gonna think about me.
Right.
Do what it takes. I'm going to get my soul back right with God. But it's not gonna be easy.
Right.
I'm sorry, that is so important what she said. She said at the end of the day, it's you and God. It's not going to be you and your mother. Yo, God, she did this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what that just instilled fear in me. I was just like, Lord, it's not going to be. Because I was constantly thinking, oh, what is she going to think about me? What is he going to think about me? But then when I thought about it and I was reading the word, and I was just like, yo, I'm going to have to answer to everything. So if God is telling me to do this, and it might not look right to them, and you know, I want to please them, at the end of the day I'm going to have to answer to it. And also to what she said, pray, but don't just pray in faith. You can pray and just have extreme doubt, you ain't gonna get nowhere. Pray with faith. Promise you, I am a living testimony. It works. Pray with faith.
And Bianca mentioned something about like God is going to forgive you, but that's like not the only aspect. Sometimes you have to forgive yourself. God has to first forgive you. So after you forgive yourself, then you can get past everything. No matter what anybody say when you come in here, and no matter who knows your past, as long as you know that you have forgiven yourself and you are changed and you're ready to move on, you're ready to make that step, everything will be good.
Well, my advice would be, as Bianca said, don't allow anybody to intimidate you. And also, we can even go back to the story of the prostitute that was being stoned by what people feel as if is not right. But that's not the thing. She was the same one that anointed Jesus. And the thing is, God moved in such amazing ways. She moved from a prostitute to a visionary. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. All right. What was one of the best thing about being a part of this project?
Oh, the best thing about being a part of this project was meeting new people. Well, I already knew Kassan, I already knew Bianca, but I just met I just met Danielle and Shana, and it was really nice getting to know them. It's like you don't really meet people like this every day.
Right.
Like you meet
Going through your
church,
struggle.
you meet church people, but then it's like it's just different. And with them, it was different. It was like refreshing.
Julie is a mess.
All the time.
She keeps coming for me. Every time it's like she keeps coming for me. That's one of the fun things about being a part of any project for me is the ensemble members, getting to know the different personalities, experiences. I've never done a film before, so this is new, and I learned a lot from it. So, but I just overall love the fellowship.
So what would be your last words to the viewers about the movie?
Watch it. And if you're a prodigal daughter or a prodigal son, make your way back to God before it is too late.
Amen.
Ditto.
And just remember that God does love you.
Okay.
Your last words?
Yeah. God loves you.
Just be yourself. Nothing else but be yourself. Live your life. And have fun. Don't take life too seriously. Have fun. And like this movie was I found my new calling. This is my new calling, you know. But yeah, you know when to take things seriously.
Right.
You understand? And love, give, and have fun, and remember that God loves you. That's life, you know?
And also, remember, know that there is a purpose to our struggles and your mess. It's a mess in your mess, right?
Yes.
So even though it might seem like I am failed, like for the 30th time, you know, I've been here before. God keeps forgiving me.
Right.
I don't know how I ended up in this situation, but one day I really see your mess becoming a message. Same Anna standing back on that pulpit again, preaching to millions. So if you go through it with the mindset that God's going to bring me out, there's going to be a greater testimony. You know, if you don't have a story, nobody want to hear you. You know? When you have a story, people can relate to you. We attract people because of the testimony. So the reason why we come together with people and I get to know you because your story was
Right.
it drew me to you. You know, so if you don't have a story, people can't relate to you. So let God give you your testimony. So don't be ashamed of what you're going through.
Well, it was awesome having this talk with you guys.
What?
It was really good.
Before
Well,
we go,
I found it.
I just want to have to truly thank these ladies for making this movie a success. I mean, even Anna, we acted this movie in the winter.
Cold winter.
Listen,
In the
Half
winter.
naked.
I almost caught pneumonia.
It was amazing to see how dedicated these actresses are in the cold winter. I felt sorry sometimes for Danielle.
Do it.
When she had to, those outfits you saw in the movie, they were all taken outside and during the winter.
30
Was that summer?
Sometimes 20
Pretty good.
degrees. It was very cold, and like I truly appreciate them for this, and I believe that there is a greater purpose for why God brought us all together for this project, and that I believe that many people are going to be transformed through each of our testimonies.
Right.
Each of our testimonies, and I just want to thank them.
Well, I just want to, thank you guys for coming out today. And, I pray that, you guys will not just do this as a movie, but actually learn from it and to carry it on. And to all the viewers that haven't watched this movie, you guys have to watch it. Like, share, subscribe, comment as well, tweet everything, even Blood Bunny too. So you can do anything with it, but I just want to also, encourage somebody out there, not because you're fallen, you can get back up. Amen?
Right.
Amen.
All right.
All right.